Okay, it is my other phone. 5:54. Volleyball's not until like 8 tonight, so we got a couple hours. We got 2 hours. I'm gonna go to a coffee shop because I want to get out of this office. Have my laptop. Gonna work on that. The 100 minutes, like I said. Probably gonna do the thumbnails. That'll take me like 40, and then from that, I don't know. I gotta export, but like I don't want to waste the time, so I'm gonna figure something else out. Probably we'll do thumbnails. I can't do close without exporting. Thumbnails and scheduling, and that'll take an hour. I'll figure something out while I'm there.
That's crazy. What?
Alright, give me a second. Alright, it's basically been like 50 minutes into this. All we've kind of done is update 2 of these thumbnails and do a little bit of tweaking on some rotation and alignment on the videos for both podcast episodes. Same thing for the thumbnails, both of them. The trickiest part is like putting and picking and choosing where font goes behind like the people. So like with this one, put it behind me and her, just the everyday podcast. But then the other one, I didn't put anything behind because we were sitting so far apart. It didn't cross anything, and anything that I could put it behind, I played with like candles or the sign or whatever. But that didn't work out. And then yeah, I guess just from my YouTube, my Instagram, like I run this like monochromatic theme. So that's where that comes from. That's all done in Premiere. Nothing on Photoshop, nothing on the camera, all Premiere. Yeah, but I'm guessing we're at an hour. So we got 40 minutes left. Okay. Alright, fucking status update. This is trash. Oh no. Alright, got enough. Okay. Yesterday I have it here. We didn't do the 100 minutes yesterday. We got home at like 11 at night. I was like, bro, I'll stay up, but like this is impossible. I gotta shower, I gotta clean a little bit. I gotta fucking prepare myself for the next day. Like it was impossible. Unless I stayed up till like 2, but I'm not doing that considering I have to wake up at like 6, 7-ish. We got an hour though. So we got 60 minutes out of the 100 yesterday. Today, I got home and had to shoot over with my girlfriend. We're going to the gym. I'm just doing cardio today. I like fucked up my shoulder at volleyball. So yeah, you'll see the 2-part when I pretty much say that. But yeah, fucked up my shoulder, fucked up my back a little. Don't even know how, which is crazy. But we're gonna restart it. We're gonna go for the 100 minutes now. She's in a meeting or some shit for like an hour, so I'm just gonna be on my laptop here in the car, just getting some work done and shit. So yeah, that'll be it. We finally got the fucking SD card too, so we're hyped. Now we can do everything on here. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, we're at 40 minutes. Don't know if you can see me. Hold on, let's see if this works. Okay, we're at 40 minutes, and basically all I'm doing right now is we have another podcast coming up. Today's the 10th of January. We have a podcast coming up in 8 days on the 18th of next week. Or the week. Sorry. We have a podcast coming up next week, and for that, I started some of the questions a couple weeks back, or a week or 2 back. And I only got maybe like 10. So now I'm going back in now and trying to get the 25 to 30. And you know, I'm also doing like some studying. Like I'm also watching, like going on YouTube, going on TikTok, Instagram, like, and studying other podcasts and trying to get like an idea as for how I want to take the podcast. Because I like interviewing entrepreneurs, but I also don't want to consistently be asking the same questions because, you know, like I said, even like on like day like 2 or 3 is like I'm slowly trying to figure out kind of like what I want to do. Originally it was going to be anybody, now it's like entrepreneurs, and I like interviewing entrepreneurs and talking to them, but I also want to get the conversation more engaged. I feel like they're very serious, they're very cut and dry, as in for one, I don't ask enough questions. I definitely don't ask good enough questions, for one. For 2, I feel like a lot of the questions are just like, well, yeah, this or that. I think, like, as in, like, they're very... Oh my God. They're very, like, not one-worded, but, like, a singular response questions, which is great. I guess gets them to know, it gets people to, like, to know the person. It gets people the idea of how they think, how they operate. But I think also what it is I want to get questions that are engaging, like that tell stories, that make things funny, because it's like people can relate to that maybe more,
more basic stuff, like not basic stuff, sorry. It's like so weird. It's hard to portray what I'm thinking, but I want them to tell their story, how they came up in being an entrepreneur, mistakes they've made, how they got there, what made them start it, and kind of like what the journey is. But then I also want to put in between there like stories of like funny stories of like if they're a valet driver, like when they crashed a car, or like if they threw up in a car, or if they host parties when they had to deal with cleaning, and like how do they figure it out? Did they hire a bunch of fifth graders? Like, you know, like my questions have to get more engaging and deeper than just like, how'd you learn the ropes? Like, I have to go deep in that. How'd you learn the ropes? And now I'm like going under that by sitting on the podcast and getting different questions and trying to figure out like a way to develop this niche, but also make it more intriguing. So kind of what I've been doing. And like I said, watching podcasts, going on TikTok. And I'm not watching it as I'm going the way through. I'm like skipping through briefly, going to another one, skipping through briefly, and like figuring it out. But that's basically the gist of it. 40 minutes. So we'll keep going till my girlfriend's on to go to the gym, and I'll get back home and do it. So basically we spent, after that, the last 40 or so minutes. Basically, we did some more research on the guest coming on for the podcast in like a week. Make sure we got all the right questions, because I was getting some of them wrong is what I realized. Mainly about like his upbringing, like as in like college and what he's been doing and how long he's been doing it for. So I readjusted those, went over some more podcasts, and basically figured out what new questions to ask him. This is mainly just because, you know, I can only think of so many questions, and watching these YouTube videos and hearing these podcasts, I could think of better ones, and ones that I think are more intriguing, I guess you could say, for him to reply to. So we did that. There's 4 minutes left. I'm just going to hit export on the other video because I didn't do it yesterday. I didn't have time. So we're going to export. That'll go till tomorrow, and then we're going to schedule it tomorrow and make clips tomorrow for the other podcast that was finished. By the way, deuces.